Hello once again, everybody. We're at the Auglaize County Fairgrounds, and boy, this takes me back as I'm talking with Fair Board Manager Jack Hayzlett. Jack, I used to be in northwestern Ohio as a farm director at WIMA and T102 in Lima, and the county fairs, well, that was my life during the summer, so it's nice to come back home, so to speak. Right. And visiting with you, this is only your first or second real time as being the fair board manager?
Right. Yeah, last year we had our previous fair manager, Fred Peel, who had been here for a lot of years, and everybody's familiar with Fred. And so that was nice for me to be able to tag along with him and learn as much as I could. But so this coming fair, 2018, will be the first fair that I'm on my own. So now it's something for me to do and get the ball rolling on new and improvement.
Well, I've had an opportunity to go to more fairs than just the county fairs in this area, and there's quite a bit of difference from one county fair to another, but the one thing that is always the same, there's a lot of agriculture, even in some of the city fairs.
Yes, and we have the best agricultural program in Northwest Ohio. I mean, if you look at our numbers, they're great for everybody in Northwest Ohio, but our numbers are really above most everybody else. And we have great 4-H advisors. We have 21 board members that really get along with the agricultural part of the program. And yeah, so, that was not something that I had planned on improving because they know more than I do, but they will improve it. But it is already a fantastic program.
Well, behind us on the wall is something new. It's a new logo, I guess you would say. But there's one thing that is from way back.
Right. Yeah, the family fair. I mean, that's something that maybe people didn't recognize a whole lot on the old logo, but we've tried to take advantage of that and keep that in the new logo and add some color to it and a little bit of excitement and try to get people, rejuvenated into the Auglaize County Fair, and so hopefully the logo is the start.
Well, before we start talking about some specific things that those attending the fair this year can look forward to, something really major has happened. You've been very fortunate as a fair to receive a gift or some monies that you used as a gift for, I guess, new technology on the fair that's going to impact everybody.
Right. Yeah. A relatively new company in the area, Beck Seeds and Farmers Alliance, stepped up and donated 10 65-inch big screen smart televisions. And so they're going to be around the facility, and we will be able to do some semi-live feeds from that and some advertising from that, trying to bring us up to the technology age of today and get some younger people involved. And yeah, I think it's going to be unique, and we're still developing the program, but I think it's going to be a good start for this year, and everybody's been on board with getting that up to date with us. So yeah, it's a great opportunity for us to bring technology into the fair.
Well, some of the events that you're going to be having, for instance, the King and Queen's coronation, maybe some harness racing. I'm just throwing some events out there. Maybe the rides, people on the rides. A few moments after those things happen, you can actually have those on the screens, and it might not be exactly live, but it's pretty close.
It's pretty close. And that's the unique part about this, is that anybody with a smartphone that can take video can send that video into our office. We can review it and as quickly as possible have it onto those 10 televisions. So it's as live as we can be, and it allows people from anywhere on the facility to take a video, send it in, and possibly have that part of the fair on the TVs for everybody to watch. Yeah, kind of unique.
I'm starting to think of possibilities, and maybe a contest of which group of people will send in the best selfie or whatever.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, it's as easy as doing live interviews. We will have a couple of people with phones who will be out doing them specifically for sending them to the TV production computer. And yeah, if you think about that, you can interview anybody on the Midway or back after a show, animal show, or anywhere. You start thinking about the things that you can put up there, and it's an endless number of things that will keep people entertained. It's just one more. I think of it as just one more activity new to the fair.
Well, one of those events that you have, I guess last year you brought on, and this year you're expanding it. It's called a challenger, or a challenge for the little guys.
Yeah. Well, we call it the Warrior Challenge course, and basically it tests your skills in running through an obstacle course, and so we've made a few improvements to that this year, but what we've also done is created a junior warrior course, which would allow kids 2-3 years old up to maybe 7 or 8 years old that maybe couldn't have run the Warrior Challenge course before. They can do that now, and it'll be right next to the other one. And so when Grandma and Grandpa are out here watching their son run through the Warrior Challenge, they can watch their grandson or granddaughter run through the Junior Challenge too. And I think it'll be a big hit for people to watch their kids do that.
Well, Jack, most county fairs have a very solid agricultural base. When you came on board, you were looking to maybe expand another portion of the fair that might be considered the same year after year.
Yeah, and I don't want to downsize, what we already have, because we have a great fair. But I felt that I could contribute best by trying to grow the Midway. As I said earlier, we have 21 board members, and we have that are very agricultural oriented. We have great 4-H advisors, 4-H and FFA programs that really build the agricultural part of the fair. So my intent was to try to keep that as best we can, make improvements that the board thinks should be made, but really focus on the Midway, because I felt that as a child, I was here on the Midway, and it used to be significantly more crowded, and I just wanted to see if there was a way we can build that Midway to the same sort of crowd that it used to be. So yeah, there's some activities and events that are going to be new besides the Junior Warrior Challenge, and they're mostly about the Midway.
Well, as we said, agriculture has been a tradition. Another really strong tradition here at the Auglaize County Fair over the years has been harness racing, and I'm sure that's still uppermost on the minds of a lot of people.
It is. Harness racing is, we will have 2 nights of harness racing, Tuesday and Wednesday night, and that still brings out the people who have an interest in, and they like to bet and just enjoy watching a race. And so, yep, the harness racing is not going anywhere at the Auglaize County Fair. We'll have 2 nights of it as we have the last 10 years.
Well, I'll go back to a couple of events that I recall here that have been always really strong. The Junior Fair livestock sales.
Yep. The livestock sales obviously are very good. When you have the number of people and the amount of money that's spent on those, and the community really comes together. The Auglaize County people support the programs, and it's just amazing how well-oiled machine it is. And so that's always something to look forward to. And, I don't know if it'll be this year, but someday we're going to have that live on those television screens.
Oh, that'll be fabulous.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about what makes the Junior Fair livestock sales go, and that's FFA and 4-H. Not to forget about the Scouts and Grange kids and other kids involved in the fair, but teaching youth what a work ethic is and hard work, that's something that's really important.
Right. Oh, it's absolutely important, and those youth end up becoming then adults in the community. And so I noticed that the FFA advisors do a great job of really trying to teach the kids how to become good citizens, in their adult life. And so that's what makes our programs, our agricultural programs, so good, is the 4-H and the FFA programs, the advisors that continue year after year. You really can't beat it in Auglaize County.
Well, too, the Junior Fair Board, you get a lot of experience on that, and you get a lot of of the adult fair board managers, or not the managers, but directors coming from that junior fair board.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what we want. We would like somebody to be on the junior fair and then progress right up into the senior fair board, because obviously they have interest, they have knowledge, and they're going to bring the new, fresh ideas. And so, yeah, that's a great thing. The junior fair board, they put in a lot of time, a lot of effort, and I think we have one of the best. You know, Beth Miller does a great job with running that, and you know, there's nothing I can do to improve that program other than answer Beth's questions and get out of her way.
She's great. Ideal. Also, let's not forget, I look back at Dan behind the camera, and of course one of the things that he enjoys coming to any fair is the food. Now, let's talk a little bit about what you got here. I'm sure still some of the great food and some of the organizations in the county, besides the traditional cotton candy and that kind of thing that when you come to the fair.
Yeah, I mean, we have the typical fair vendors, but then we have a group of service-oriented groups that really serve the kinds of food sometimes that's what people want to eat when they're here, and they appreciate the support. And you know, as the fair does, and you again, you can't beat them. It's the same people doing the work year after year, and it's great food. You know, you can't. I don't go hungry the week of the fair. That's for sure.
Well, Jack, if folks watching right now would like a little more information, what's the best way for them to go about doing that?
Right. Well, obviously, they can always call here at the office at 419-738-2515. Jessica or I will be here to answer your questions. Or you can go on the website at auglaizecountyfair.org. The fair book is on the website, as well as all the new information. So, yeah, there's plenty of information if you want to look at it, or, like I said, just call the office.
Any kind of deadline for some of the events, especially the agricultural events?
There are deadlines, and they would be in the fair book. So, again, either online, or we also have fair books here in the office under the grandstand. So stop out and get that fair book if you want, or go online and get it.
Jack Hayzlett has been our guest. Jack, a pleasure. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.